Hello everybody out there on the internet, my name is Zombie Slayer and welcome to a Doki Doki Literature Club mod. Now this mod is called Doki Doki God Syndrome. Now, this game was made by a very good friend of mine. We actually keep up very, never mind. We talked on Twitter a while back about this game and I told the dev that I would play it, and here we are. I haven't really seen anything about this game. I've only seen like a few screenshots. I've seen this menu art before, which is really nice looking. I really like it. I can barely hear the music, so I'm gonna turn it up a small bit. I'm also gonna turn up the sound volume a little bit, so we can all have a happy-go-lucky time. So, new game, and my name is Sage. Let's go. I remember this music back when I first played Doki Doki. When I played Doki Doki for the first time. Now, my reading skills are gonna have to come into play here because, as you can tell, it's a fucking visual novel. Anyway, on an ordinary day, I'd already be heading towards school, carrying my backpack around with a tired expression as my best friend rambled on like she usually did. That was how every day usually started with the both of us. We always finished getting ready around the same time, and since we were neighbors, we usually met up and walked to school together. Again, I have a habit of eating before I record shit. It's not a good habit. Alright. It had been happening for so long that it was just a habit to us. I never really thought about it, but something diverged from that routine really threw me for a loop. You read that wrong. I don't give two shits. Like right now, for instance. Where is she? That best friend I'm talking about is Sayori, a perky girl who I've been friends with ever since the two of us were just children. It's because we've known each other for so long that I'm standing here waiting in the first place. If it was anyone else, I probably would have just assumed they were sick or something and walked off. But I know that if Sayori was going to miss class, she'd make sure to tell me first. Yep, typical old Sayori. Typical old Sayori.
Skipping school.
Anyway, she constantly worries about my safety and well-being, so I can't imagine her deciding just to lay in bed and rest. Not while I could potentially be late for school because of her. So, I'm just standing here waiting for some sort of answer to what's going on. I already texted her, but I haven't received any sort of response yet. I suppose it's possible that she's just sleeping in. She was doing that all the times when high school started. God. Excuse me. Pardon me. Jesus Christ. The burp demon is crazy with me today. God. It's out to get me. But I thought she had broken that habit already.
No, because the cinnamon bun is depressed. Hey.
I hear the familiar voice call up behind me and quickly turn around to try and spot the source. Oh my god, memory lane on drugs right now. Sorry. Oh my god, I don't know why, but this particular scene from the game always cheers me up. I don't know why. It just does for some reason. She's running at me full speed, arms flailing wildly, trying to catch my attention. Her poor backpack is flailing around from side to side, slamming into her ribs with reckless abandon. It takes me a moment to realize her eyes weren't even open. The way she was running, it was only a matter of time before she fell on her face. Oh my god, I can't help but laugh at this. This is awesome how people, can modify stuff like this. This is awesome. I can't help but shake my head in mild amusement at the sight of her groaning quietly on the floor. Still, I managed to keep from laughing and extend my hand to help her up. She just moans on the ground for a second before taking my hand and climbing back up. Morning, sleepyhead. Took you long enough to get here. Is everything alright? Did you sleep in? No, it's nothing like that. Just had a really bad headache this morning. That's why. That's all. That's it? Nothing else is wrong? I mean, you haven't been this late in a while. Yeah, and don't worry. I'm totally fine now. I drink a big glass of water. I drank a... Let me read that. I drank a big glass of water before I left. I do feel sort of weird, though. Sort of like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what. Well, if you're the one forgetting something, that means it's probably pretty important. Meanie. Meanie. I love that. I freaking love that. Whenever she said... Okay, I'm gonna shut up. We noticed that, without even realizing it, our legs had already begun walking us toward the school without us even thinking about it. Sayori just giggles, going with it as she aimed her blue eyes in front of her, watching where she was going. Good. I don't want her falling on her face again. Oh my god. I don't know why, but this game, it makes me laugh so much. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh so much, this game. Doki Doki in general, just whenever I play it, it just makes me laugh. Maybe it's because I don't normally play visual novels. I should probably get into that more. Anyway, it was actually kind of funny how that stuff happens sometimes. Habits and stuff like that. If you're used to doing something, you might find yourself doing it without even noticing. Something I do often also. Autopilot can be pretty useful. It could be a pretty useful tool at times, but I should probably try and focus a little more. Getting too used to how things can be dangerous. Oh, also, one thing that I just remembered about this mod, the dev specifically told me that the main character, the protagonist in this game, is sentient. Yes, you heard me right. Sentient. So, I guess he kind of gains Monika's abilities and just goes along the merry way, trying to go along with things. I guess. After all, if you're expecting something to go one way and it goes the other, then you'd probably be thrown for a loop. That's something that happens to me way too often. It might mess with how you think or see things. It might mess with how you think or see things. And before you know it, you'd be too anxious to get anything done. Nothing would feel real? Why the stop? Why the stop? I don't know this music from the original game. Let's just go with it then. This is weird. I finally realized that I've completely zoned out. Come to think of it, I did a lot. Just escaping into my thoughts, the world seemingly freezing around me. I shake myself back into reality and realize Sayori has been awfully quiet. I turn my head to check on her. She's staring off into space with a weird expression, clearly thinking hard about something. She's still walking with me, but is trailing a little behind. It's pretty obvious she's zoned out, like I did a minute ago. Hey Sayori, you alright? You look like you're in your own little world right now. Yeah, I'm just thinking really hard. I know I'm forgetting something. I keep getting really, really close to remembering it too, but then, poof! It vanishes just like that. I love Sayori's language, you know? Like how she speaks. Like how she, how she words things, you know? Her personality is adorable. I watch her for a moment, staying silent as well. It was actually kind of weird to see her so focused on something, since she tended to be a bit of an airhead when it came to stuff like this. Suddenly, her eyes light up. Ooh, I think I remembered the thing, finally. remembered something at least. Not sure if it's the thing I was trying to remember, but yeah! You're finally joining a club today, aren't you? That's when I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to kick in. I am? Sayori just smiles at me, giving me a look that made it seem like the fact was completely obvious. Mm-hmm. You told me you would back when school started. I was talking to you about how I was afraid you wouldn't develop any social skills before college, and that I thought you should join a club to help. And then you finally agreed and said you'd look for one, and to make sure you didn't put it off until the end of the year, so I said you should do it before the end of the first semester. I completely butchered that. Well, today's the last day of the semester, so I figured today was the day you'd finally pick one out and join it, right? You remember all that? It took a second, but the conversation she was talking about was starting to come back to me. I hadn't really planned on following it through, though. I just kind of mindlessly said yes to what she was saying so she would stop worrying. Nothing else I said was going to convince her. Yep. Typical old Sayori, determined as ever. I started to tell her that I really don't care that much about clubs and things like that. But as I look into her caring smile, I pause. Of course you do, honey. Could I really just shove her idea away like that for no other reason than I didn't feel like it? God, my fucking shoulder. It's itchy. She's only trying to help me anyway, and I've done that plenty of times for her. Would it be so wrong to humor her just this once? To at least try and let her help me out a bit? I let out a sigh, putting my hands into my pockets. Right, okay, fine. I'll go pick a club today. Yay! I can't help but chuckle at how happy she was. She cared about me a lot. That wasn't a secret. But it was nice to see her so filled with joy about something. Something about it just made me smile a little harder. Seeing as how she was busy squealing in excitement, I decide now would probably be a good time to think my task over. What club would I want to join? Music club? Nah, not really my thing. Drama club? Nah, I don't think I'd fit well with the kids there. Science club? Not a chance. I'm already barely passing that class. Why would I torture myself anymore? Anime club? Maybe. It's not a horrible idea. I was certainly into anime and manga way more than I ever have been in any school subjects. But what would we even do there? Watch anime? I'd probably enjoy it, but it didn't seem like a very good way to make more friends. She didn't say I couldn't join a club like that, but I'd rather not trap myself into even more of her lectures because I picked the wrong kind of club. Actually, come to think of it, hey Sayori, aren't you running a club of your own? Huh? You mean the literature club? Every single time I say that, my voice cracks. I don't know why. When it comes to this game, every time I say the word literature, my voice cracks. I don't know what it is. Fuck. Oh. Okay. Sayori had started up the literature club back at the start of our senior year. Around the same time, she was pestering me to join a club of my own. It had confused me at the time, since I didn't really think Sayori really cared that much about literature. At least, not to the extent of making a club for it would require. Again, I completely butchered that last line, I am so sorry. But now I think I've pretty much figured out that she was only really interested in doing it because nobody else had done it yet. And she wanted to be the first. She seemed really excited about it at first, but it was almost all she would talk about for a while. for a little while after the fact, but recently she's gone really quiet about it. Even right now, she seems a little hesitant to bring it up, and that makes me curious. Yeah, that. Aren't you the club president over there? How's it going, running your own club? Oh, great. It's great. Being a club president is so awesome. I've got to come up with some stuff for us to do today, actually. I almost forgot. You haven't been talking about it very much lately, so I was just wondering if something was wrong. Nope, I'm fine. I guess I just got settled in and forgot to talk about it. It's probably not that interesting to you anyway. It was obvious there something was going on, and that she didn't feel like talking about it. But it didn't really seem like she was going to be budging on what it was anytime soon. I guess I just think it's kind of funny that you of all people would make a club all about books. You've never really been that kind of type. Hey, I read books and stuff. I like literature. And it's not really just for me anyway. I wanted to make a place where book readers and stuff could hang out and talk. I figured it would be nice and fun. Okay. And you wanted to be the first to make that kind of club without thinking about what effort it would take, right? That little giggle tells me everything I need to know. Oh my god, I love this end scene. Ah, finally, a different frickin' scene. But I am unfortunately all out of time for this episode. So, if you guys like what you saw, leave a like down below to let me know. And if you want to see more content on my channel, please bite the frontal lobe off of that subscribe button and cause the bite of 2018 for your boy. Thanks again for watching, all you guys out there on the internet, and I will see all you guys in the very next video. This is Zombie Slayer, signing out. Peace!